The future of abortion rights in America. Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, and what this means for women. Having a baby is a wonderful thing for any family. Unfortunately, 1/3 of all pregnancies are unplanned. Miscarriage or premature birth account for 40 to 60% of all pregnancies that end naturally. Women in the United States have had the right to choose whether to continue a pregnancy since the Roe v. Wade decision. This will soon change. Several states have recently passed or are debating abortion restrictions, including Mississippi. Mississippi state legislature passed legislation prohibiting abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy on March 19, 2018. Jackson Women's Health Organization, the only licensed abortion clinic in that state, and one of the doctors in the clinic, filed a lawsuit with the federal district court in the state hours after Governor Phil Brandt signed the bill into law. The next day, March 20, 2018, the federal district court issued an emergency order preventing the 15-week ban from being enforced. The 15-week ban was ruled unconstitutional on November 20, 2018, because it violated decades of precedent holding that states do not have the authority to prohibit abortion before viability. On December 14, 2019, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the decision. Mississippi then filed a cert petition with the United States Supreme Court on June 15. On May 17, 2021, the Supreme Court accepted the case. The central issue in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization is whether fetal viability is a legitimate criterion for the state to restrict women's access to abortion. The term fetal viability refers to how long a fetus can survive outside of a mother's uterus. The Roe v. Wade decision prohibits abortion after 28 weeks, second trimester. The evidence from the clinic points to 22 weeks. However, the criteria used in Mississippi is 15 weeks. So the question here is whether abortion can be obtained after 3.5 months and before the 7th month of pregnancy. After being elected as the 45th President of the United States, Trump appointed 3 pro-life justices to the Supreme Court, creating a majority opposed to Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court heard the oral arguments of Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization case on December 1, 2021. It was clear the court intended to uphold the Mississippi law and reverse the Roe v. Wade decision. Politico, an online publication, obtained and published the leaked 98-page drafted majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito on May 2, 2022, declaring that Roe and Casey were flagrantly incorrect from the start and that Roe was wrongly decided from the start. The court's position was that the state legislatures, not the federal government or its judiciary, should decide the abortion issue. There are more than 75 million women of childbearing age, between age 15 and 50, in the United States. What does the criminalization or restriction of abortion access imply for them? The recent rulings of the court tell us the right to have an abortion, just like the right to free speech or religion, is not absolute. Even Roe decision doesn't support abortion after the 2nd trimester. Fetal viability will continue to be used as a key criteria to determine when a mother can have a legal abortion. Even if state governments take over abortion decision-making, not all states will outlaw abortion. 13 states have trigger laws that make abortion illegal if the landmark case Roe v. Wade were overturned. Some people may travel to states to have an abortion where it is still legal. Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision will not put an end to the right to abortion. But Americans will be further divided and politicized as a result of this contentious issue, and battles will be fought at both the state and federal levels for decades to come. The Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision will disproportionately harm Black, young, and low-income families. Some people may obtain abortions illegally, endangering their health and safety. In total, approximately 600,000 to 700,000 abortions are performed in the United States each year. Limiting women's access to abortion may have serious social, economic, and health consequences. The negative effects disproportionately affect Black people, young people, and low-income women.